Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 17. 17 of the Culture and Cannabis podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. I am one of your hosts, Full-Time Tony, a.k.a. Tony. Yep. And I am with my ace, as he calls me once in a while, JC Coates. JC, who do we have here today?
Dawn Weir is in the building today. She's the founder of the Giving Water, the nonprofit here in Las Vegas. How are you, Dawn?
Yes, fine. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here and share today with you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much for being on the show. So let's just dive into it. What is the Giving Water?
Well, the Giving Water started in 1981. Okay. And in 1981, I got accepted to college. My mom sold me my Volkswagen. I was on my way to see the Lakers and the Celtics in the playoffs. And bam, I got I got T-boned by a semi in my Volkswagen. I then ended up in a coma for a week with major back injuries and different internal things. Migraines for 7 years, hooked on pain pills, excuse me, all kinds of things like that. Well, in my coma, at the end, heaven is wonderful, might I add. Please, everybody know heaven's the bomb. There's no contrast here, so there's no negative or anything. It's just all pure love and joy. So that's why I believe they probably come back several times, because you get bored with all the love and joy. If that can happen, but I think it can. So at the end, I went in this white room, or what I call purgatory, and I was met by spirits I knew. I don't remember faces, but this is very reminiscent with the smoke. That you know who they are, but there were no faces. And after the conversations and stuff were done, it was like, well, let's go. You know, I was very excited to go to heaven. And the voice I never heard before came out and said, I have something for you to do first. And I woke up in the hospital.
And so this is your experience post being T-boned in your Volkswagen to waking up in the hospital.
This is, right, from the coma of being T-boned. It was about a week.
Okay. It's crazy.
And woke up, massive headache, very, very sore, was served green Jell-O and sent home. So, you know, insurance for a single mom is probably just as bad then as it is now. Yes. And was an extraordinary amount of pain. Of course, that's when the Demerols and Percocets and the Dilaudid, the big heavy drugs were given out to you. And not that Oxy isn't heavy. I'm not saying that. There was just a variety of opioids at that time. It wasn't just Oxycontin. Yeah. There were. So I was a major pill popper. And I was a very functioning pill popper because I was in so much pain. It was just to get me through the day.
Sure.
You know, and all that. So years later.
Wait. I want to stop because okay. So we just got really deep there.
Yeah, we went really fast, really quick.
Yeah. I just want to just pump the brakes a little bit. I want to dive into this, right? So,
I'm sorry.
That's okay. So,
I've had an exciting life.
No, but the interesting part. All right. So you remember having visions while you're in your coma.
I remember my coma.
Yeah.
I remember waking up very angry.
And how old are you at this point? You said, what year was this?
1981.
1981. The Lakers are playing the Celtics. It's Larry Bird, Magic Johnson era.
Yeah.
One of the best eras ever in basketball.
Yeah. Great ties.
Are you
the basketball when ties were
there? Are you a Lakers fan? Or are you a Celtics fan? I
loved the Bird back then.
Okay.
So I don't know. I'm in Nebraska, so I'm in the middle. I was East Coast, West Coast. I grew up in the belly button of the United States.
No, he's from Indiana.
I'm more interested in the coma, right? And you keep talking about having, you know, a clear, vivid, you know, memory of it, and is that true, or?
Yeah.
Okay, so but you remember being kind of gifted a kind of a vision or a purpose coming out of.
Well, I was told that I couldn't go because I had something here to do. When I woke up from the coma, I was very angry because I couldn't go to heaven. So I thought, truthfully, I thought something was wrong for me. I didn't really see it as I had something more to do. That came later on in life. In fact, it's been about 40 years. And I feel I found my purpose.
Nice. With the giving water.
With the giving water,
nice.
Exactly.
Okay. So has it been just kind of, I mean, because, you know, here's the thing, we're talking about purpose.
Yes.
Right? You know, some people go their whole lives without finding what their purpose is, right? And as you know, some people find it in the beginning, and you know, it's different for everybody. But
it is.
So, I mean, was it a struggle for you? Has it been a struggle for you in your life to kind of find your purpose, or have you had purpose a little bit in this sector and maybe a little bit in this and that, or has this been the first time that you really kind of feel connected with that purpose that you had in your coma?
This is the first time where it feels complete. And I know this is what I need to do. And it's so much bigger than me. And, you know, rising tide floats all boats. And there aren't too many things in this country that does that. And that's what the giving water is based on.
So we were talking about how the giving water came to place, and you were talking about how your son wanted to go on a mission, and you were talking about living in a budget, and then you had a bunch of ideas, and then you're right at the point of conception, I think, of this product.
NASCAR came on.
Yes.
And I'm drinking water and NASCAR, and I'm like looking at the bottle. I got this. And one thing just started flowing to another. And yeah, I put it together, talked with a friend, and things started rolling. It was set up for an advertising company, to be truthful. And I went to my mentors, and they were like, "You're giving it all away. Just be a nonprofit. It'll be easier for you." And it has. And it's the perfect solution, I think, to many problems and many income levels. First, your companies and your advertising is now a tax write-off. I'm doing all the work and you're taking all the credit. Charities receive funds they didn't think were possible, and you and I get to give within our bottled water budget.
And so let's just talk about like how it all works, right? So companies get to advertise their brand on the bottles as we see on all these bottles.
Right. Companies for a donation, and the more your donation, the bigger your logo is on a bottle. It floats on a sea of positive words, and that was inspired by Dr. Emoto. Dr. Emoto is a Japanese scientist who went around to the Dead Sea and different waters, froze them and looked at them. They looked very demonic. He then took that water and prayed over it with priests and people from the village, froze it again, and it looks like snowflakes and rainbows and something from heaven. So everything is energy. We wanted to energize the giving water with positive words. So the logos float on a sea of positive words. Their information on the back. So you're drinking water. What's in your other hand? Your cell phone. So you know where to go or what to do, where to go out to eat. And then, like I said, we attach it to a charity, or the Giving Water sets it up in one of their distribution centers, so you can come out and make a choice to be a giver or remain a consumer.
And so with this, these are distributed in like stores or distributed in?
We have not got any stores yet. We have coffee shops, different centers, different gyms and places lined up. And that list will be a whole big PR thing and celebration. So we're kind of keeping that under wraps.
Nice.
But I can tell you something the general public can do to help. There's a couple things that you all can do to get behind me giving so you can give more and within your budget. We have some wonderful give back programs. In fact, tomorrow, Pizza Rev, if you go into Pizza Rev, order your pizza, tell them that you want to give to the Giving Water, they'll give 20% on your behalf. So whatever you spend, they'll give 20% back.
Nice.
Panda Express has also joined the give. So you can go to Panda Express, and Panda Express has codes. So your code at Panda Express is 304518, and that's on tomorrow, 11/18 or 11/8. So enter your code, and the one that we are signed up for, although I think the codes work at all the Panda Expresses, I'm not real sure about that, is the Summerlin one at the Summerlin Mall. So I thought that would be a great one to start out at.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. And then we have little bottles of water in front of us as well.
Yes, that is the Chug Challenge, and that is to bring attention to dehydration. Over 80%, between 75 and 80% of all Americans across the board are dehydrated. And how many bottles of water have you drank today?
Not enough. I can tell you that right now. I have a bad cotton mouth and I feel dehydrated. So
You're about a quart low.
At least.
At least. Probably about a gallon would bring you back up.
Yeah, that gallon sounds great right now.
So we've come up with the Chug Challenge, and it's really easy. All you do is take any size bottle or glass of water and chug it and shout out, like, my name is Dawn, and I'm taking the Chug Challenge for the Giving Water, and I made a donation at paypal.me/thegivingwater, and I made one on Venmo too at the Giving Water. And I'm taking this Chug Challenge, and I'm challenging Culture and Cannabis to chug today.
We're doing it right now.
Let me give you some rules for chugging.
Let's hear it.
Okay. First, chugging should be done at a 45-degree angle by bending your neck.
So by bending your neck?
Well, yes, at a 45-degree angle. Wait 1 second.
Oh.
Okay, and you're going to breathe through your nose, not through your mouth.
Okay.
And I've had several comments on people saying, is there going to be a problem with chugging water? No. You're not going to, I'm not asking you to chug gallons and gallons and dilute your blood. It's just to hydrate a glass of water. So 45 degrees, and breathe through your nose. And go ahead and let's start by saying cheers.
Cheers.
And stating your name, and you're taking the Chug Challenge, and I'll give all the other rhetoric.
JC's taking the Chug Challenge.
Tony Lee is taking the Chug Challenge.
And they're challenging you to do the same thing. And also go to paypal.me/thegivingwater and donate $5, just like they're going to, or on Venmo at The Giving Water. Then go ahead and post your video of 55 seconds or less on IG, Instagram, at The Giving Water, or tag us, and we'll tag you back, and then we'll blast you out all over.
Nice. So I kind of want to get back to when
Sure.
You were, right after your surgery, you're taking the pills, and you said you found marijuana, and such as Culture and Cannabis show. How did that help, the marijuana help you bring out of, being addicted to, certain pills?
Well, it's quite a process.
Yeah.
It's nothing that happened overnight, I'll tell you that. The main thing was my son said I was sleeping all the time. And so my husband and I talked about it. That's why it was medically legal here.
Nice. So what year is this?
Wait, wow. Wait, this is 2019. I've been so so what, it was 4 or 5 years ago?
Nice. Okay, yeah, so like 2014, 2015?
Yeah. And I've been trying to taper off, but, you're still taking them for pain.
Yeah.
So, started that, and it seemed to work really well. And there's a big difference with cannabis when you're using it for medical reasons. You don't get high and loopy.
Yeah.
You don't get stupid. You just get happy because you're not in pain anymore. You can function, you can think, you can have a conversation without every other thought being, oh my God, this hurts. Oh my God, if I could just move, if I could just do this, and then you've got to reboot your brain back to what you're talking about. That's how my brain worked for decades. That's how a lot of chronic pain works. And then, of course, CBD came along.
Yeah.
And CBD is the bomb. I got to tell you, it has cut my cannabis intake in less than half. And if you're taking CBD, you can't really get high because it equals you out. So then it's like, well, why do you need the cannabis just for the pain? So I've come to a great place with the CBD and a couple hits here and there throughout the day.
Yeah.
And I feel totally normal and great and can have conversations like this where, as I call a puffer, because they call us stoners. So I call these people puffers that have a joint and can't talk or pass out or, are acting real stupid. And those are the people that need to stay at home. They're recreational people. And, as far as I'm concerned, that's just like being drunk or being on pills. It's...
So are there like any certain products that you're using as far as like CBD goes, or like any as marijuana goes?
Well, when I started using marijuana, I started a show called Getting Comfy with Cannabis because I had to get comfy with cannabis again. It had changed a lot. There was cannabis in oil and cannabis, in food, and cannabis in rubs and all kinds of different cannabis. So I came up with the show. I like to share information. So came up with the show, Getting Comfy with Cannabis, and that was my venue to explore cannabis and share it and different products, how it's used, what's your experience, talk with my son openly and share that conversation with people. So hopefully they would share it with their kids, because I really believe that puff, puff, pass, information lasts. And if cannabis is going to make it and progress.
I like that one so much. Puff, puff, pass. Well, say that one more time. Say that one,
that was the Getting Comfy with Cannabis tagline. Puff, puff, pass, information lasts.
Yes.
So let's get comfy with cannabis.
Well, you might have to bring that back. You might have to bring that back. Come here to Rigel Studios.
I am looking to bring it back, and I'll come back on and announce that. I'm focused on the giving water and giving and lifting everybody up. So I do think I found a wonderful hostess, and I think this is very important information. It's out there. You can walk down the strip and smell it. You go all places. And it's very important that you talk with your kids about it. I think that's the biggest information. And the baby boomers, that grew up, that weren't the hippie people, that grew up on the the right wing, they're in pain too now.
Yeah.
And it's time to start with the CBD. And getting information. And the only way you can change people is to inform them, like I'm trying to do through the Chug Challenge with hydration. Like everybody does. Like your show is getting information out there about cannabis.
Yeah, no, definitely. Is there, obviously I know that, there's some dispensaries and cannabis brands that sponsor the Giving Water, but is there any tie back that you see between the Giving Water and the cannabis industry?
Well, my goal for the Giving Water and the cannabis industry is to provide water at the dispensaries. They're paying for that water and, and they're
Grab some water.
being consumers. consumers. And they need to be givers back to the community. I think that would do, a great gesture for the community, because the legislature, the people above, the powers that be, screwed us from, this is how the community feels, screwed us from our money for the schools. Even yesterday, 3 comments were made about that. You're not giving a weed money to the schools, give it to the homeless. Well, they're keeping it for themselves. That money's locked up and it ain't going anywhere for a long time.
So that's what's happening right now with the cannabis tax revenue?
Yeah, have you heard it being dispensed anywhere?
No, I haven't.
No, it's sitting in their rainy day fund.
I've
heard it.
I thought it was, but I mean, obviously you're at the meeting, so.
No, these were just, that wasn't about that. There were just people standing up yelling, you didn't give the dispensary money to the schools, give it to the homeless. And they just shut it down. But, you can't talk about 2 different things at that point.
Of course.
But I think that, putting the giving water in the dispensaries, because they're already giving out water for free, let me give it. Let's set up a donation so you can make a donation or not, and give people the options to give. And then the dispensaries look good. I'm going to write a check with their name on it. They shine, I do all. Ooh, excuse me, I do all the work. I haven't been doing that work. But yeah, it's just, I've tried to make it a full circle of giving, and now the dispensaries can cure cottonmouth with the giving water.
That's nice. You've participated in our events for how long now?
Oh, almost a year, huh?
Wow.
Yeah, they're great, and we thank you very much for letting us be.
You had a good time there?
Yeah, it was
a good year, right?
We got great donations there. I mean, those donations have kept us up with our printing and our business cards, and done funds for, getting the word out there, and our website. Nice. And our website, thegivingwater.org, thegivingwater.com. Just type in The Giving Water and you will find me. I should come up first or second. And we have a new website coming out here next week.
Nice.
So please come and register, and we'll send it out to you. We love opinions and advice, because this is a big community, event. Talking to the charities. It's just so thrilling to talk to a charity and say, oh, yes, we can put your logo on there, and disperse you throughout the community. I mean, can you imagine going to anywhere in the valley and seeing a Vegas Strong bottle and purchasing that and knowing that it's really going into the community to help?
Yeah, that would be cool.
And that you're being a part of it. Or for Alzheimer's or autism or anything. When you go home and you drink water, you can remember you're a giver. And then that will just flow through you, and that energy will keep going.
And the water itself is is it distilled a certain way, or is it a certain type of water? Or?
It's private labeled water, and I like to get the water from the city that it's going into. So I've set up all kinds of distribution people. We have 2 companies here that we're looking to work out. We have a couple companies in San Diego. We have a couple hotels in LA, so I'm finding a company in LA. So yeah, we're really expanding between Nevada, Arizona, and California. And in fact, there's a GoFundMe right now for the wildfires for the Giving Water.
Nice.
You can go make a donation there, and that water will go directly to that disaster. And not only do we give water to the disaster, but we want to take water and disperse it in the communities that are still thriving, so they can purchase water and give back to their neighbor. So it's a full circle within the community of giving.
That's awesome. That's a really, really good cause, and I commend you for trying to do what you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
It's all going to come together.
And we appreciate you supporting culture and cannabis for the past year. I mean, you obviously have been a staple there, and so many people come by and talk about you, and so it's been great. It's been awesome. So
they've been doing the Chug Challenge. You can check that out on Instagram or YouTube at The Giving Water, Facebook, The Giving Water, thegivingwater.org. You can call me at 702-808-2305. I just want you to email me at Dawn. I really need the community to get behind this and get on board. And taking the Chug Challenge is the first step, I think.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's awesome.
Well, thanks for coming by.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was a pleasure to hear your story and about the Giving Water. Once again, you plugged it, but last time, plug everything.
Everything.
Yeah, plug it all. You can put your address in there if you want to. Maybe your social security number.
Well, that you can check us out. We're a legal nonprofit. Go ahead and look us up. You can mail your donation to 7626 West Lone Mountain, number 60, Las Vegas, 89129. Put it care of the Giving Water. And if you'd like that money to go to a certain thing, Chug Challenge or the wildfires, please put that in there, and we'll put that in separate escrow accounts. If you're a business in town and you have extra money left over from your budget, because we all know you do, you always save a little to give at Christmas time. Give to yourself. Give to the whole community. Let's get you on a label with a bunch of other people that want to give back too. And let's open up the floodgates to giving together, because that's how things get done. Take the Chug Challenge. Post your Chug Challenge. Tag us on Instagram, The Giving, YouTube. Let's see, thegivingwater.org, 702-808-2305. You can call Dawn. Email us, Dawn at thegivingwater.org, info@thegivingwater.org. Just givingwater. thegivingwater.org.com.
The
Just
Giving
give
Water.
water.
Yeah.
If you're thirsty, what do you do?
Drink
Where
it.
do you go?
The Giving Water. The Giving Water. Well. Sorry.
Oh,
Thank you guys.
Is so fun.
Thank you guys so much. If you haven't checked it out, thegivingwater.com. This was episode
Givingwater.org.
.org, sorry.
I am a nonprofit, but I do own the .com too.
Givingwater.org. This is the Culture and Cannabis Podcast, episode number 17. I'm Anthony Lee, a.k.a. Full-Time Tony. This is JC Coates. Check us out on Culture and Cannabis. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Thank you.